Alright, yo, what up guys? So today we're going to be doing a 4-star tier list here for Dislyte for the newest patch that was released. So all the information is up to date here. And before we move on, I'd appreciate it if you guys subscribe to the channel. Help a boy get to 1,000 subscribers. We're almost there. Like the video if you like the video. Share this around and press the notification bell button. Alright guys, so first and foremost, I just want to get this out the way. Everybody knows that she's going to be in S tier no matter what. And we got Chloe. Chloe is an amazing unit. I mean, do I have to really say much about her? Steals buffs, buff blocker, AoE damage, great single target damage. Only downside is that her abilities are random. But the upside to that is when there is a single target unit or very minimal units, those random hits will focus those targets a little bit more usual than if they have more units. And just it means more damage, more chances to steal buffs and stuff. She also can steal buff on her skill 1. High damage dealing unit, very good unit. Chloe S tier. All right, and the next 4-star that we're gonna throw into the S rank, of course, is Lin Zhao. Lin Zhao is amazing. AoE defense break with an AoE speed down. Also a single target nuker, does AP manipulation on skill 1 and puts disease and puts bleeds and does automatic crit if she does her ult, so just build it with crit damage or whatever. She's really good though. S tier unit. Next S tier unit, let's get this out the way. Dahlia, 4-star, amazing unit, huge AP pusher by 25%, and she's free, right? You can get her free to play. On top of that, she can CC very well, and she applies attack and crit, so she's like a staple for like cleaving teams. Also, she can work with just about any team really, just because how good the AP pushing ability is, and her giving attack and crit and initiating that type of offense is really valuable and really good. So Dahlia, she definitely gets S tier. Next S tier unit, we're gonna go ahead and put Long Mian here in the S tier. Has a 20% speed lead, which is very important, and he also has huge CC on his ultimate with the freeze, and put speed down, and a big AP pushback on his second ability, and can apply speed down on his first ability. Very troublesome units to go against, especially if you're going against them. Great CC, chips away at damage, and yeah, just one of the best 4-stars controllers here that we have in the game. All right, next we're gonna get Aurelius. Now Aurelius, he was released as an event exclusive unit. I forgot for who he came out with, but he does have good CC on his ultimate and a nuke if they're frozen. I did use him, but his damage is very low for a fighter, honestly. So yeah, I would have liked for him to do more damage, but it's just, I guess they didn't give him as much damage just because he has really good CC on his second skill, on his ultimate. So we're just gonna go ahead and put him here on the C tier for now. Could be D, honestly, just because how low the damage is, but because he can apply freeze, and freeze is one of the best debuffs in the game, we're just gonna leave him at C. All right, next is Kara. Kara is a poison unit. And to be quite honest, the poison units in this game don't really have much use. Only time I really ever catch myself using them is like when they come out with an event and they said you exclusively need to use a poison unit, or like you'll get a poison buff bonus. That's when you use them. But other than that, I really don't catch myself using these units, because how much cleansing and immunity there is around. It's just very hard to keep those poisons on and stuff. So we're just gonna throw Kara in the D tier for now, but she does have potential, right? She's very niche and has potential in certain situations in the game when they do release content like that. Next unit, we got the twins. So the twins recently got a big buff, and the buff was so big, honestly, it makes them S tier. I'm gonna be quite honest. The buff to their ultimate is amazing, because if one ults, the other one ults right after. And then let's say he uses ult first and then he followed up after. Now even though his ult is on cooldown, his is not, so he'll use his ult, and even though his ult's on cooldown, he'll still follow up. So it's amazing. It was amazing, like that buff they got him. When they're together, they are S tier, but when they're not together, to be quite honest, I would probably put these guys in A tier or maybe B tier. Reason being, like I said, if they're not together, they don't get the benefits of doing the extra things in their skills when they're together, like the extra hits to give a better chance of stunning, or the extra hits to do more damage and apply that slowdown. But there, I'll just keep them an A for now. But yeah, they're still very solid now that they got that buff. But if they're separated, honestly, it'd probably be something like this, because I think maybe you'll get more value with him with the seer and the defense down that he has. He'll have some of the control ability, but it's okay. But we'll just keep it like that for now. Next we have Alice. Alice is a great unit. I don't have Alice. She is a shimmer. With her passive, she provides attack up, and then with her ult, she extends buffs, provides I believe it's crit and speed, right? So she, and if they have existing buffs on them, she can extend those buffs, which is really good. And then on her skill 2, she has an ability that her passive, that if she attacks, one of the random units on her team will follow up. So there's a lot of strategy that you can use with her. Like if she follows up with an Ahmed will do more healing. If she follows up with someone with a really good S1, like let's say a Chloe, she'll provide a lot of damage and some stealing. Or someone with CC, right? Like if she attacks and then Dahlia attacks, she can provide that stun. So that ability is very useful. It's just at a low percentage of proccing, but we will keep Alice at high A tier for now. Honestly, I do want to put her at S tier. I'm just gonna put her at A tier for now. Next we got Alexa. Oh boy, Alexa, definitely S class in the looks. To be honest, she is also kind of a niche pick, but she's also very good in a sense where, like, you have to, if she's in the right team, she can provide a lot of value. I believe she shines the most in Bruiser tank teams, and because of that, we're gonna have to slide her down to the B slot. But she is very useful with her ultimate, which reflects damage back to people, and that thing hurts, trust me. Yeah, next thing you know, you're hitting someone that has that ult on them, and you're taking a bunch of damage to yourself and you didn't even notice. But yeah, she can heal too. Very good unit for like I said, bruisers and tanks. Possibly also can do really well with squishier units too, to be honest, because they do tend to go after the squishy units first, right? And if she has her ult on them, it kind of stops them from doing that. So we'll just keep her at high B for now. Now Ling Guang honestly is S tier. She has a huge pushback on her skill 1, and if they put her on counter and she's always countering, she's just instantly pushing herself up 30% all the time. And she's always getting a turn, and she pushes your team, has a single target nuking ability, can steal buffs and extend all her existing buffs that she has on her. Ling Guang is amazing. Do not sleep on this unit. Then we got Jacob. Jacob, he's useful. I mean, he's not Kara, right? But because he can be useful because of a pep, and because of that, we'll put him in C because he can be used in a pep, right? But other than that, it's the same thing as Kara, right? Poison unit that you don't really have much use with. Arcana, I feel like he needs a little some loving, right? A little buff too. Because I think Arcana, like, he can steal, his stealing ability is good, but he only steals 1 buff, and then he's like supposed to be a fighter but doesn't do much damage, and he can stun on his skill 1, and I mean skill 2, and give that AP to his team. But it's okay, nothing too wild, right? But I think Arcana definitely is a D tier, probably C, honestly. We'll just keep him in C just because the stealing ability on his ultimate is really good. You can steal 1 buff from all the enemies that it hits, so that's very useful. But I wish, you know, if it was 2 buffs, that'd be OP. So I don't think they do that. So we'll just keep him in C for now. Joser's really good, but he has to get hit in order for his passive to go off and for him to stack up those stacks. And when he does stack up those his passive, then he can do a huge ultimate attack and get tanky. He has that defense down on his skill 1, and he can provide a taunt, right, which is really nice. But I will also put Joser in the C tier. Just a good tank, right? It's a decent tank. Next we got Fabrice. Fabrice definitely gets to go to the A tier. I believe because he provides immunity and can AP manipulate by getting one of his attackers and putting attack up, or whoever he wants 100% with invincibility. Honestly, I would put Fabrice in S tier just because he can do so much, and on his skill 1 he has recovery, but he is a fantastic unit. But definitely revolves some thinking, some strategy behind him. But we'll just put him at high A also. And he also puts invincibility on someone, which is huge, which helps one of your, let's say, squish your units stay up a turn, and then he comes again, and then he can push your damage dealer again, and then they survive because they have invincibility, and now you give them attack buff and they try to nuke down. Very, very good unit. I would put him either low S or high A, but we'll keep him at high A for now. Mona. So Mona is the starter 4-star that we get. She does good damage and very good AoE damage with the reset on her skill 1. Honestly, I think Mona is a good damage dealer, but I don't see her do anything more than just that, really. Like, she's really mainly used for farming to clear waves quick. But yeah, so because of that, I'll just throw her in B tier. I'm a C tier. We'll put Mona in C tier. Anisadora, oh my god, this unit is so good. She can basically put this debuff on you that if it goes off in 2 turns, it stuns them. But then after she does that, she gets a turn, so she gets to guarantee stun someone. And also she puts speed up on the whole team, which is so valuable. It's so good, and she's a beast unit because of that, honestly. And she brings CC and good supportability and good damage. So I would put her S tier, honestly. Could be also high A tier, but for me personally, Anisadora is always a unit that I'm always scared to go against it, and I would love to have on my team if I had one. So yeah, I'd put her in S tier. Next we got Bonnie. Bonnie is really good, provides dispelling and AP manipulation with her ultimate, and provides some CC with her skill 2. Well, I'll put her at high A. She's a great unit. I would say honestly she could probably be an A also, but I'll just put her at A for now. Next we got Era. Era is really good. She provides a speed down and purification with an AP pushback. She's definitely found a big spot with Chronos, and she's like one of the key components to how you can beat these high level Chronos runs now. But I do think she is still a great unit overall, just because she also could put speed down. I'm just gonna put her at high B for now also. Could be definitely A tier, but we'll just put her at B tier for now. Next, Falcon. Falcon's a good unit that he's a defender with tanking, but like he gets countered really hard with immunity, so we're just gonna put him at C, and he does good damage for defender. Very good unit though. Next we have Jangman. Jangman is really good because she provides, I'm putting her S tier because she provides a dot, and she already has a counter in her passive, and she also has silence, which is really good, and hits multiple targets all the time. Great unit. I put her at S tier. Next we got Laura. Definitely S tier. Basically a Bernice but better. Provides a big shield with crit resist. Defends your allies with her passive. Has a silence. Very good unit, and very tanky too. Yeah, just a better Bernice, so we'll put her S tier. Next we have Catherine. Catherine is good, but I'd put her in B tier. She has a good cleanse, and she has standoff, which is really good, but it's okay, right? I've used her, and she's very situational, but she's still very strong because of the cleanse and the miss rate and the standoff. But yeah, we'll put her in B for now. We'll put her at high B. Heng Yue, we're definitely gonna put Heng Yue in S tier. She can cleanse off all the buffs and heal your units. She's really good because of that, and on her second ability she also cleanses and heals and dispels the enemy's buffs with her skill 1. Great support unit. Then we have Lin. Lin is mainly used more for Fafnir, honestly, and she's still very good because could provide heavy single target damage with Seer. Provides herself a shield with Dispel She could also dispel, but she's mainly used for Fafnir. I'm gonna go ahead and put her in B tier. Same with him. He's mainly used for Fafnir, high damaging unit. Does true damage on his ultimate. Still can be used in other places, not just Fafnir, right? These units can be used for other places, but that's what they're mainly used for. Good single target damagers and good multi-hitters. Yeah, we'll put him in B tier. So for Celine, we're gonna put her in A tier. The reason why is because she has a huge AP push on her ultimate, and she has great CC, which is sleep. It's not the best CC, but it's still a CC, and she can give her team and herself defense and speed buff. You guys know how much I love buffers, and she provides that with also sleep again on her skill 1. So I want to put her in A tier, and we're also going to move Era up in the A tier too, just because, why not? We're going to put her in A tier, and we're going to put Azernith in S tier because she's amazing. She gives an AP push. He also has an heal. Also, most importantly, on her uniqueness is the Lotus Mark. Whatever next damage you're gonna get hit with, you'll take 50% less damage. So this makes it really hard for the other team to deal with, because they have to use utility or attacks or waste turns because of this ability, and that's really good. So we're gonna put her in S tier for that, Azernith for sure. And the last unit here, we have this dude that has a HP ceiling decrease on his ult and revive and a heal, some healing. He's more niche than anything. You're gonna want to use this more for like huge tanky stages, like in the tower and stuff, that you feel like they're gonna take long fights and stuff. But most of the time, that's the only time you're really gonna want to use him, is in like against tanky teams, or if you're using a tanky team yourself. To try to outstand the other opponent. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put him in C tier, just because I don't see much use of him, but that's what I think. Sorry guys, I forgot to put these guys in. So Sanders is a 100% an S class character. He is very good with his AP manipulation, stun, and he's very fast, and he scales off speed, which makes him really good, because he's always going fast and he's always hitting hard because he scales off speed. So yeah, Sanders is S. Then we have Stewart. Stewart is very good for a pep and a really good single target hitter. He's a good single target nuker. I don't really use him outside much, other than for a pep, but he hits really hard, and because he hits so hard, I will put him at B tier, and he does provide some CC. Yeah, and so Stewart at B. We got Renzi. You guys know I love my Renzi. I think he deserves to be in the S, just because he hits really hard. AoE taunt, standoff, which makes him hard to take him down. He's very tanky, hits very hard, provides a defense down buff on his ultimate, and he can ult again if he procs his passive, and he scales off the defense, so he's very good for that. Now Hercules, I think he's a really good unit. I'm gonna put him in, honestly, I want to put him in S, because he hits really hard, and he most of the time will take down a unit and get resets, and he'll stop the reviving. But we're not in such a revive meta right now, but he's very good for that. But I'll put him in A, because I think he's a great single target nuker. Dispels, gives himself an attack, and he can take down units that can reset. If you have him built up correctly, he's an S. Honestly, this character is an S tier unit. Next, Zhao Yin. I love this character a lot. He's a very stealthy character. He has stealth in his kit, of course. He hits really hard, and he has a lot of resets and ways he can go into stealth, so I like that for him. And he's also very good for Chronos and other contents of the game, like PvP, PvE. Honestly, I would put him in A. I do want to put him in S. I think he deserves to be an S, but I think he would be better suited off in A, but we'll just throw in S for now. Meredith, I think Meredith is okay. She provides a heal, speed if they're above a certain threshold. If it wasn't for that, I'd put her in B, but because of that, I put her here. She provides poison, which is okay on her skill 1, but yeah, that's basically it. She provides a heal on her skill 2 and her skill 1, but for the most part, she is a good attacking kind of a pseudo healer attacker. Very weird, but I will definitely put her in C. Then we got Nick. He also belongs in C. I think he is a good unit. but just the fact that it's so very RNG heavy on his skill too, which makes his rating go down. I would have put him in B tier if it wasn't for that, but I'm gonna put him in C. He's also an event unit just like Meredith, and yeah, because you got Pritzker, why would you use Nick when you got Pritzker? Really, he does the same thing Pritzker does, but an AoE stun, which is the more devastating than a silence, which is what Nick does, and reduces cooldown of everyone that it hits, and can stun them if they have a debuff on them. Yeah, Pritzker is broken. And then we got the new unit Zhongnan. I haven't used him yet, but he's very, very powerful from what I've read his kit. I haven't seen him either. He does an AoE silence, and for every time somebody uses a basic attack, it reduces his ultimate, which looks really cool too. It sounds very devastating, honestly, and you can team him up with Nick, and that'll honestly make him go to S, but he doesn't even need Nick, but it just make him better. He does sound broken, so I'm just gonna throw him an A. And this is the second part of the tier list, guys. Sorry I didn't include those earlier, but yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video with the 4-star tier list. Let me know in the comments down below where you guys would place some certain espers here in the tier list and rearrange them yourself here a little bit. But yeah, looking forward to seeing your comments, and I will see you guys in the next one. It's your boy Jadaa. I'm out. Peace.